Some of the most iconic sounds in music history didn't come from tradition. They came from someone rethinking how an instrument should work. Before electric guitars became symbols of identity, they were solutions to a growing problem musicians couldn't ignore. As music got louder and stages got bigger, something had to change, and what followed reshaped modern music. That shift leads to a simple question. How did Fender guitars become so influential in the first place? And how did a company built on practicality end up defining generations of sound? Let's get into it, right here, on History of Simple Things. Leo Fender didn't begin as a guitar builder but as a radio repairman in the 1930s and 1940s. His work on radios, amplifiers, and phonographs gave him a deep understanding of electronics at a time when amplified sound was still evolving. Instead of focusing on traditional craftsmanship, he approached instruments as practical tools that could be improved and easily maintained. His early projects included amplifiers and lap steel guitars, which depended heavily on electronics and were popular at the time. These experiences pushed him toward experimenting with electric guitars. By the mid-1940s, he founded Fender Musical Instruments Corporation and began developing solid-body designs to reduce feedback, setting the stage for a major shift in guitar design. In 1950, Fender introduced what would later be known as the Telecaster, widely considered the first mass-produced solid-body electric guitar. Its design was simple but highly effective. The solid body reduced feedback, while the bolt-on neck made repairs easier and more affordable. Though its appearance seemed plain, that simplicity was intentional, allowing for durability and consistent production. The Telecaster produced a bright, sharp tone that worked well in live settings, quickly gaining popularity among working musicians. It spread across genres like country, blues, and early rock, proving its versatility. Its success came from solving real problems rather than following tradition. By focusing on reliability and function, Fender created an instrument that not only met musicians' needs, but also set a new standard for electric guitars. In 1954, Fender introduced the Stratocaster, building on the Telecaster with a more refined and flexible design. This model was shaped by feedback from musicians who wanted greater comfort and tonal variety. The Stratocaster featured a contoured body that made it easier to play for long periods, along with 3 pickups that expanded sound options. It also included a tremolo system that allowed players to subtly shift pitch, adding more expression to their playing. These improvements made the Stratocaster one of the most versatile guitars available. It quickly became a key instrument across multiple genres from rock to blues. Its balance of comfort, innovation, and functionality helped establish Fender as a leader in electric guitar design, showing that small changes could significantly expand musical possibilities. Fender's impact went beyond design and into manufacturing. Traditional guitars were often handcrafted, making them expensive and harder to maintain. Fender introduced a system built on mass production and interchangeable parts. The bolt-on neck allowed components to be replaced easily, reducing costs and making repairs faster. This approach made guitars more accessible to a wider range of musicians while maintaining consistent quality. It also changed how instruments were viewed, not as fragile items, but as dependable tools for performance. As electric guitars became more popular, Fender's production methods allowed the company to meet growing demand without sacrificing practicality. This shift aligned with the needs of modern music, where reliability and efficiency mattered more than tradition. As Fender grew, it faced strong competition from Gibson Guitar Corporation, a company known for its traditional craftsmanship. While Gibson focused on premium designs, Fender emphasized innovation and accessibility. This contrast created a rivalry that pushed both brands to improve. Fender's guitars became closely tied to the rise of rock and roll, helping shape its sound and identity. Models like the Telecaster and Stratocaster were widely adopted by musicians, strengthening their influence. Fender also expanded its lineup with models like the Jazzmaster and Jaguar, offering more variety. Beyond guitars, the company influenced amplification and performance setups. By the 1960s, Fender had become a major force in music, playing a key role in how modern sound developed. In 1965, Leo Fender sold the company to CBS, marking a turning point in its history. Under new ownership, Fender expanded globally, though this era is sometimes debated due to perceived quality changes. Despite that, the core designs of the Telecaster and Stratocaster remained largely unchanged, showing their lasting effectiveness. Over time, Fender introduced new models while also reissuing classic ones. The company expanded through brands like Squier, making its designs more accessible to beginners. Today, Fender remains one of the most recognized names in music, with instruments used across many genres. Its early designs continue to influence modern guitars, proving that well-designed products can remain relevant for decades. The history of Fender guitars reflects a shift in how music is created and experienced. By focusing on practicality, innovation, and accessibility, Leo Fender introduced instruments that moved away from tradition and met the needs of modern musicians. The Telecaster and Stratocaster didn't just improve guitar design, they changed what musicians expected from their instruments. They allowed for greater expression, flexibility, and reliability. Even today, their designs remain largely unchanged, highlighting how effective they were from the start. Its legacy continues not just in the instruments themselves, but in the way music is played and heard around the world. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.